Good morning, Elizabeth Moore here, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about some of the most frequently asked questions about diastasis recti. So I've been talking all week about little aspects of it, so I just want to wrap it up with a couple of the things that I get asked the most when it comes to healing diastasis recti. So, number one is, my baby's in high school, right? They're always our babies. So, my baby's in high school. Is it too late for me to heal from diastasis recti? And the good news here is that it's never too late to improve your strength, your stability, your alignment, and your function. I truly believe that anybody can benefit from these exercises of activating and wakening up those deep abdominal muscles again. So really, no, it's never too late to make improvements in all those things I just listed: strength, function, alignment, stability. Second question, if I just do these exercises, will my belly be flat again? Wouldn't that be awesome? So no, not necessarily. There's a couple things here. The first is that gap might never actually completely close. So that's okay. That's not the issue here. The gap isn't the issue, it's more the function. So as you get stronger and build up your stability, that gap is going to get smaller, but it might never actually completely close. And I'm going to talk about that again in a couple minutes. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you got to look at your body as a whole. So your overall physical fitness and your nutrition will also play a factor in getting that flat belly back again. So if you have extra body fat, like we all do, covering your abs, you can do all the work you want to close that gap and to improve your function, but if you still have a layer of fat covering it, which you have to address your body as a whole, so your nutrition and your overall physical fitness, you're not going to actually be able to see those results maybe as well as somebody else who really dials in their nutrition and their overall physical fitness at the same time as well. Third question. Ooh, this one's a little controversial. Are binders and braces effective at helping me to close the gap? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about why this is controversial and then my personal opinion on it. So braces are good for when there's no good function going on. So when it's in the very acute stages, if somebody doesn't have, the stability in their core to even maintain, good contraction during everyday activities, that might be an indication that a brace or a binder might help them initially. The second is if it's very severe. And again, why that might help somebody is when there's that initial separation and it's very severe, that can help just to provide a little bit extra stability. But here's what happens when you're wearing a brace or a binder. The brace or the binder takes the place of your muscles. So your muscles don't actually have to do any work, when you're moving around and just doing your everyday activities. So that's why I think braces and binders are really only appropriate if it's very severe or it's very acute. If you cannot maintain, a good muscle core stability during just everyday activities, then it might help you a little bit at the very beginning. But it's most important that you are working to build up those muscles on your own. And we use those deep abdominal muscles in everything that we do. So walking around, picking up our kids, everything that we do, we're using those. So if you're wearing a brace or a binder during those activities, your muscles are actually shut off because the brace or the binder is doing that work. So that's why it's important, if you can, not to use one and just to focus on strengthening those muscles on your own. So you can create your own abdominal brace through your muscles and through your activities. Fourth question. I have a separation, but I don't have any other issues. So what do I do? Now, here's where this is an important thing to keep in mind. The gap, the actual gap between your abdominal muscles, that's not the issue here with having a diastasis recti. Yes, that is a diastasis recti, but that's not the issue. Just the fact that a gap is there, it's the function that we are looking at. So the stability, the alignment, the incontinence issues, that's what we're looking at when we are looking at treating diastasis recti. So if you have a separation, but you don't have any of those other issues that I've talked about, that's awesome. yes, you could still benefit from doing these exercises. I truly believe in my heart that everybody in the whole world, whether you have diastasis recti or not, whether you're a mom or not, could benefit from these. You know, that transverse abdominis muscle is such a deep muscle and it's often forgotten. You know, when we're doing traditional abdominal work, we're working the bigger muscles, you know, so that the core muscle doesn't get isolated enough. So doing the treatment, you know, the exercises for diastasis recti are still going to help you if you have a gap, but no loss of function that's really affecting you. Because everybody could benefit from strengthening that muscle, and what's going to happen? You're just going to get a stronger and more stable core. And who wouldn't benefit from that, right? All right, last question. Should I see a physical therapist? Oh, I love this one. Yes, yes, you should see a physical therapist. I believe that every woman postpartum should be checked for diastasis recti. I believe that it should be a standard of care, that just everybody automatically gets checked and then offered treatment as well. Because what that does is you're going to have somebody that knows you and your individual case of diastasis recti, and so is going to be able to develop a treatment plan that addresses your issues with it. However, that's not the case. Like I said before, a lot of these cases don't get diagnosed. You know, a lot of women don't even know that it's out there. We think that it's normal, you know, that our lower belly pooches after pregnancy. We think that it's normal to pee when we sneeze after pregnancy, so we don't even ask about it. Really, like, as a physical therapist, the cases that we see are the really severe cases. You know, somebody that requires surgery to fix the gap, or somebody where it's really impacting their function. Like incontinence is a daily issue for them. So that is the cases that we see. We don't see these mild cases all that often, you know, because we have excuses. Well, there's a couple things here. We don't know that it exists first. We were never checked for it, so we didn't know that we had it. And then even if we do, we don't have the time, we don't have the money, we don't have the energy, we don't want to put that effort into taking care of ourselves. So those are the main issues. Yes, I truly believe that everybody should see a physical therapist, but the fact of the matter is that most people aren't. So that is why I've been doing this series. That's why I'm so passionate about this, because I want to get the word out there. First, that this condition exists and what it causes, and second, that there's hope for healing and that there's stuff that you can do on your own at home to help yourself and to make that gap better and to improve your function and your life along with it. So I really hope that these tips have helped you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your support, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.